Well, I've started my new week. I'm getting back on track. Thanksgiving was last week. I'm done with that now. It's time to get back on track. So what I'm going to do is I get on the internet. You know, that's what I do. I always get on the internet. And I found 5 weird ways to make you get to your happy weight. My happy weight is just to lose 10 pounds between now and the new year. I think I can do it. If I don't do it, I'm going to get really close. I really am. But what you have to do is you have to get the right state of mind, because much of what keeps us from reaching our happy weight or our goal weight or desired weight is just our state of mind. My state of mind in the last month has been kind of depressive. I've been thinking about my family that have passed. I've been doing a lot of emotional eating. I've gained a lot of weight. I just have to get back on track. And I know I can do it. I've identified the problem. I know now that I'm emotionally eating. So now I'm more aware of it. I also realized that last week I did not drink nearly as much water as I normally drink. And so I'm going to get back on that track of drinking more water. I do feel a little swollen, a little bloated, and I know it's because I have not been drinking enough water. I think your body gets accustomed to certain things, and my body's been accustomed to drinking probably about 75 to 80 ounces of water a day. And I think in the last week I probably only averaged maybe 20, 24 ounces. So that's a big drop, and my body's letting me know, hey, I need more water. So these are 5 tips of what you need to do to get to your happy weight. They might seem a little weird, but to me they seem pretty much like common sense. The first thing to do is develop a food mood diary. I do have a diary that I keep my food, a food journal. I track on my phone only because I try to earn the wellness points so that I can get I'm aiming for a Kohl's gift card. If they're going to give it to me for just tracking on my phone, I'll do it. You know, what the heck. I also track in a food book and a journal, but I have all kinds of journals. You guys keep sending me journals, and I love them. I got them everywhere. I have a prayer journal, a birthday journal, you know, whatever. Now this week I'm going to do a mood journal. And whenever I feel like eating, I'm going to write in the food mood, in the journal, how I'm feeling. Because what you want to write in it is, think about when you really do want to have something to eat. It could be when you're sad, when you're bored, when you're anxious, when you're ashamed of something, if you're angry, if you're afraid. I've been ashamed of how bad I've been eating, and the more shame that I have, the more I eat. So I have to get out of that pattern. I just have to get out of that way of thinking. And I have been pretty sad. Not sad like, you know, depressive sad, but just missing my family sad. And bored. I really have been a little bored. I haven't been going for my walks. I did do my water aerobics this morning, but I got to get back into the routine. I kind of fell out of my routine, and that really did make a difference. And so what I want to do now is with my journal that I'm going to have, is I'm going to list what time I've eaten, what I had to eat at the time, and what was I feeling before I ate that, and how I felt after I ate it. Even if I'm eating healthy all week, I'm going to put in there, you know, I was feeling pretty good, and because I'm going to have a bowl of oatmeal for my breakfast. I had a bowl of oatmeal. I'm going to tell what time it was. I'm going to list it. I'm going to say how I was feeling beforehand and how I felt afterwards. And then next week, after I get weighed, I'm going to go back on this week and see how well I did or how poorly I did. I'll be able to see it in writing exactly how I did. The second thing what you want to do is to do a kitchen inventory. Get rid of your trigger foods, and they might even be your healthy foods. N is for Nurse over Amy over at N is for Nurse. I watched her video the other day, and she moved, and so she's found a new Weight Watchers meeting. She stopped going. I think she stopped going in June, and she just started again here in November. But her leader had pointed, our guide, whatever you want to call them, spiritual advisor, I don't know what they are. But anyway, she had said too, which is true I think of a lot of us, is just because it's 0 points doesn't mean it doesn't have calories. You know, like you can have an egg, that's 0 points, but you know, like if you have 6 eggs, it's still 0 points, but you're still adding a lot of calories. So you want to get rid of anything that you consider a healthy snack, but it's really a lot of calories. My healthy snack that I need to get rid of, at least for the following week, are my nuts. I have a whole jar, like a whole container of nuts, of almonds and cashews, that I think that during the day I just reach in and just take a couple. maybe 2 or 3 almonds or 4 or 5 almonds, and I don't track it because I'm thinking, well, it's a healthy snack. I'm not really worried about it. But at the end of the day, I probably eat more than a quarter cup, which is 5 points right there. Also, I've been eating a lot of pretzel rods and pretzels. Once again, low in points, but high in calories, high in sodium. So I'm going to get rid of them, at least for a while. It's not to say that I'm going to get rid of them forever, but at least for a little bit, I'm going to get rid of them. And I do like cheese. I eat a lot of cheese. And cheese is very high in points. It's still my go-to snack food, and I need to rein that in. The third thing is have a mindful meal, and have a mindful meal planned. And you want to do it, plan a certain meal, and you're going to eat it in an intentional space. And so what you want to do to prepare for this is you want to set aside a certain time that you're going to do this at. I eat my breakfast around 1 o'clock. I eat my dinner around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So now I have my intentional time set aside. But my problem is I sit in front of the TV. That's not good. So I'm not really mindful of what I'm eating because I'm watching TV. I'm still eating, shoveling the food in. I've planned it all out and I've taken a picture of it and everything before I've eaten, but I'm not really enjoying it because I'm not concentrating on it. You need to turn off your TV. You need to turn off your computer. Don't play games on your phone. Just concentrate completely on your meal. If you don't really like the silence, pick some light music. Maybe light classical, some light musical, something really soft. Just something to kind of like background music, so it's not completely silent for you. Make sure you're in a well-lit room. Even if you're not in a well-lit room, if you really want to create a little bit of ambiance, even if you're alone, light a candle. Just feel kind of like this is a special meal. And the candle kind of gives it a little bit of pizzazz. Pizzazz. So you might want to do that. While you're doing it, don't snack on what you're making. You know, like I love raw potatoes. I don't know why, but like if I'm making potatoes for the dinner and I'm peeling potatoes as I'm slicing them, I'm always going to eat a piece of the potato, put a little bit of salt on it. Oh, it's delicious. Delicious. I love it. But you know, that's not healthy. And the more you snack, I know you have to taste a little bit while you're cooking just to kind of make sure things are right, but you know, make sure it's just like a taste and not a taste, if you know what I mean. Just take your time with it. Make your setting really pretty. You know, put out your best dishes, put out your best china, put out your best glasses. Don't eat off a paper plate or whatever. Take a little bit of time to really set a nice plate. I like to make my food look kind of happy. I make, like in the morning, I have my berries, and then I have my egg as the nose and the banana as a smile. I'm a child, I know, but I like to look at my food and think it looks pretty. The more colorful your plate is, the healthier it is too. They've proven that. And that doesn't mean that you're going to have orange Cheetos in one corner of the plate, and then you're going to have the red nacho chips from Doritos on the other side of the plate, and then white popcorn balls in the middle. No. See how my mind thinks? My mind thinks wrong. Or you can have like little Hershey Kisses as a chocolate smile. No, don't be doing that. I know I put a thought in your mind. Erase it. Erase that thought. That was not a good thought to put in your mind. I didn't want to plant that in your mind. While you're eating, eat slow and deliberate. I eat slow anyhow, but try to be aware of everything you're putting in your mouth. Just don't shovel it in. Just say, oh, I'm going to have some of these green beans. And then really taste the green beans. Oh, I'm going to have some chicken. Really taste the chicken. If you really take the time and the effort to really enjoy your meal, you're going to be satisfied so much more. Look at your food before you eat it and just think, you know, boy, this is a really nice looking plate. And then be appreciative of the fact that you have this food in front of you. If you say a prayer before you eat, I say grace before I eat. Or even if you don't say grace, just take a moment to be so thankful for the fact that you have a plate of food in front of you. There's so many people, especially now this time of year when you see all the bell ringers out there looking for money for food for people, the Christmas trees for donations and things. Just be very appreciative of everything you have in your life. Even if you have you're struggling with your money and you're struggling to make your ends meet, still think of the fact that you're in a home and you're watching me on a computer, which means you've paid for the internet. So you have some money, that you do have something you can be appreciative of. It may not be a lot. You may have more stress in your life. You might be way up here with stress and just here with your gratitude of things that you have in your life. But you have this little bit right here. Be thankful for this little bit. sometimes you should be thankful for all of this debt, because even though you have all this debt, you've accumulated it and you've enjoyed it until you got to that point where you went too crazy. You know, it could be your credit cards, it could be a car payment, it could be so many things, but you have that stuff to be appreciative of. So be appreciative of even your debt. I mean, I know that makes no sense. To me, it does. I do have some debt, but I'm appreciative of it because I enjoyed it along the way. Now I have to pay the piper. But I'm very fortunate that I'm able to pay the piper, but sometimes I have to juggle a little bit, but that's okay. And then when you're all done, just think of how much you had really enjoyed that meal, how satisfied you were. Think for a minute or two, am I still hungry? If you're still hungry, then get something healthy for a dessert. Get an apple. Bake an apple in the oven. Do something, you know. Eat something healthy. Or just drink some more water and wait maybe 15 or 20 minutes to give your brain time to catch up. The fourth thing you want to do is create, and they say a vision board. I am not a big vision board person, but I do have in my Weight Watchers book, I put like little stickers, and that's kind of like my vision board. It's telling me I can do better, or it's telling me I did well. I like to look at older videos to see how far I've come, to see how far I've been in this journey. And I can really see in myself the weight loss that I have. And I'm so appreciative of that. I still look at pictures of where I want to be. And I've always been overweight my whole life. Just as long as I can remember, I've been overweight. But I've been less overweight at different points of my life. And I had happier times, even though I was overweight. I can look at a picture and be really happy about it. And then number 5, get a support system. Have somebody that's very supportive of you, that's going to help you get to your goals, because you can't really do it on your own. You really can't. You always have to have somebody helping you along the way. Okay, hopefully these 5 tips will help you. Let me know if you can think of any ones that I missed, and give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share it if you think somebody might like it. So I'll talk to you guys on my daily vlog.